Well guys, it has been way too long. I have not posted a video in like 3 or 4 weeks. I started off so well earlier in the year. I was doing a video every week, and then it kind of got to every 2 weeks, and now it's like back to once a month, so that's not good enough. So it's actually almost 4 o'clock on Friday. Friday the 19th of June. So I am coming to you from the north coast of Northern Ireland. My name is Emma, I'm sure you know that already, and I am the maker behind Woolly Mammoth Fibre Company, and I do natural dyes and stuff and local wools, that sort of thing. So yeah, I thought we'd just dive in with some stuff that I have to show you, because I haven't recorded in so long. I actually have something interesting to show you, so that's good. But I just want to show you 2 little samples that I got back from my sample knitter. Ooh. So this here is the it was a part of the Simple Sock Collective that Melody Hoffman bee mandarins that she designed in my yarn. So this is my natural sock in the colorway Jasmine, and my lovely sample knitter very kindly knitted these for me, because I have totally lost my sock mojo. So this is the sock number 3 in that Simple Sock Collective, and yeah, so I hope to do some jasmine yarn when I get more of my natural sock back in stock. It should be back in stock mid-July. So what I put up for the next shop update next week is probably all I'm going to have until I get more, although I have loads of mini skein sets. And the other one is the Suska socks by Andrea Moiri. These were designed in a skein of my natural sock in the colorway Peony and Ocean by the Seas silk mohair. Can't remember what the colorway is. Eye Rose maybe? I'm not sure, but Ocean will know if you ask her. So I will have some Peony in the next shop update, and Ocean is having a shop update next week. I think it's to be confirmed, but check out her Instagram for details on when her update is, so you can get both the original yarns that were used to design this sock, and it is called the Suska sock by Andrea Moiri. So I love them so much. I haven't worn them yet because I want to show them to you first before I put my big feet in them. Well, I don't have big feet, but before I put my feet in them, just before, yeah, they're always so fresh and lovely looking when you get them back. So this was a delight to get in the post. So that's that. The next thing is I have 2 whips. Well, I have more than that, but I haven't made any progress on the other ones. So I will show you, first of all, what I have. So you might have seen on Instagram, well, in the last podcast I talked about my nettle dyed yarn, and this is what this is. And this is a design by Vanessa Pilisa, and it's called the Kume cardigan, Kume. And it's my first cabled cardigan, and I'm really proud of what I've done so far. It's bottom up, which is my preferred method, because I feel like I know how it will fit better when I knit bottom up. And it is actually going to be steeked, so I've never done that before either. So first time cable knitter, first time steeker. So I've knitted this body and I've knitted the 2 sleeves. So 2 seconds, my husband's talking really loud on the phone. Sorry about that, my husband talks really, really loudly on the phone for some reason. He's got a very loud voice, so had to chase him there. So I knitted the 2 sleeves of my Kume cardigan, and then I lost steam a little bit because I realised I would have to read the instructions to figure out what I had to do next. But I'll tell you a little bit about this, because this was my first time doing cables. and I learned how to do it without a cable needle, which is actually really easy. Once your mind figures it out, it's not hard. So I really enjoyed that. I don't know how it would be if you were doing like all over cables without a cable needle. Like maybe it'd be fine, I don't know, once you get used to it. But you can kind of see the way the stitches are supposed to go, and then once you kind of figure out how to do it, like it's quite easy. This is also my first time using my Chaigu shorties, I think they're called. And I got these a little while ago because I thought they'd be really handy for doing sleeves. So I got the set that's from like 3 or 3.5 millimeters up to like 5 millimeters. And I was a little bit apprehensive before I started using them because I was like, oh, like, will they be easy to use, or will it feel really awkward? Because I had used the ones that they make for socks before, and I found them so awkward, and I really didn't enjoy knitting on the tiny gauge. But I guess because the needles are like these are 5, it feels really good actually. I like knitting on them a lot. So the next stage is to join the sleeve to the body, and hopefully I'll get on with that soon. But honestly, I have absolutely whizzed through this. I think it's the cables make it interesting enough that when you get round to them, you're like looking forward to doing them. So I really, really enjoyed the cables, and I suspect it might be something that I could get into more. I also really like knitting lace, and I also really like knitting colour work. I don't know if it's just like a little bit something more. Maybe I'm moving from like a beginner to an intermediate knitter finally, and I need a little bit of something to keep me kind of interested. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. So my next, oh yeah, did I say I dyed this with nettles? This is my natural stock DK. I forgot to say that as well, that I'm knitting it out of, but I will have some of this in the next shop update, but not in this colour. I think I have some purples and jasmines, like this colour, and stuff. So yeah, that update is next Thursday night at 11 p.m. GMT +1. It's an international friendly update because a few people have been asking me. So in my little basket is my next project. Now, I am so proud of this because I am not a crocheter. I've only crocheted one blanket before, and I decided to cast on a crocheted striped blanket, because I had quite a lot of yarn, of a lot of my limited edition yarns, either left over from my Penguono or just as I had for samples. And I thought, okay, this is going to be really good for a stripy blanket. But I didn't really know what to do, so I just looked up on YouTube how to do a striped crocheted blanket, and I got a tutorial. It's not really hard. Once you get going, like, there's nothing to it really. So this is what it looks like. So I cast on 150 stitches, and my crochet hook is a 4.5, is it? No, 4. It's just a 4. Just like, I got it in the local craft shop. It's good, it's fine. Yep. So this is where I'm at. I cast this only on a few nights ago, and it is so big already. Cast on 150 stitches, and it's going to be a baby blanket for someone, and I hope that this person's not watching this podcast. She probably is, but anyway, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to give it a go now and start using up some of my limited edition yarn. So 150 stitches was like pretty perfect. I think this actually covers my knees quite generously, but my thinking was that it would be really good if it was folded in half and then tucked in. I thought that would be nice and cozy, and I'm probably going to go another, see, I've done 3 rows of each colour apart from this one random stripe here, so I'll probably do like another 3 or 4 colours, I think, and then just cast it off. So I have enjoyed this immensely because basically you don't have to think about it, and the only thing you have to think about is what colour you're going to put on next, which I really, really enjoyed. So yeah, I think this has all of my limited edition yarns that I've ever produced. in this one blanket. So should I go through them all? Okay, just quickly. This is my Cumbrian yarn, my Cheviot, Cumbrian, Dorset, Jacob. This is my Causeway yarn, the pink one, which is a mixture of Teeswater and Oxford down. Then we have Cumbrian again, Cheviot, Causeway, and back to Cheviot. So I'm really proud of this, and I think I did a really good job on it, and hopefully I'll use up some of these yarns. But to be honest with you, it's looking like I'm still going to have quite a bit left, so I could potentially cast, or do you cast on and crochet? I don't know, but I could maybe knit another one, which is very exciting. And you make so much progress so quickly. Like, I couldn't believe it when I started this. Like, it just grew and grew and grew. We have been watching some programs on Netflix. If you're interested, we were watching, oh sorry, it wasn't Netflix, it was Amazon Prime. We were watching Hunters, I think it's called. It's really, really good series that we got quite into. And it's about this group of people who find out that there's site based in the 70s, and they find out that there's Nazis living in Germany, and basically they go and get them and like hunt them down or whatever. But it's so good. It's quite juicy watching. And if you watch it, you have to watch right to the last episode, because that's when it gets very juicy. So yeah, super proud of this. It's only my second crochet project really, so yep. So that's my two whips. I don't have any finished objects really, well, apart from the sample, but I didn't knit those. So next thing, shop stuff. Okay, so my next shop update is an international friendly one, so that's why it's late at night, just in case you're like, why is she doing one at 11 o'clock? But I hope it will suit a wide number of people. And yeah, so I have these two mini skein sets in the next shop update. So this one is the Play mini skein set. I really like the colours in this one, and there's 5 mini skeins in it, which is 100 grams. There's 20 grams each, and I think it would be really perfect for knitting a colour crease shawl by Tammy Gore, which I have a sample of here. Here we go. It's definitely one of my favourite shawls to wear, and you can see it's quite wrinkly, and also it was one of my favourite ones to knit, and I finished it off with a picot bind off, and I really like that effect. And this was my first time doing brioche, and it was really easy. So this is a good project if you want to try brioche for the first time. I would really recommend it. So yeah, you can knit this with this. I think you would need a full skein as well to go along with it. So I don't have a massive selection of full size skeins, just because I'm actually running out of my full skeins of natural sock. It's getting resupplied to me at the start of July, I think. However, I have loads of mini skeins because I got them all. I got them made into mini skeins basically when I ordered the natural sock. So the Play mini skein set, and the other one is the Flora mini skein set. So there's an extra mini skein in this. There's 120 grams. So if you did put both together, I think that would be enough for the colour crease shawl. You would have to check the meterage. There's 400, 800 and 880. If you bought the two of them, there's 880 meters. So I think that would be enough for this, probably. But anyway, it's by Tammy Gore, so you can check that out if you're wondering what's knit with the mini skein sets. But I just think they look so nice together, and all naturally dyed. So that's these. Oh yes, I got given a really nice gift that I just want to show you. Now this is not a gift that was given to me to be an influencer or whatever. It was a gift given to me by a friend of one of the farmers that I buy fleeces off. And this man's a photographer and he uses analog. He has a Hasselblad if you're into cameras, and he uses black and white film, and he took a really beautiful photograph of this guy called Peter, who's actually a dentist, but he's a sheep shearer as well, shearing our mutual friend's sheep, Dorset sheep, which they'll be in the shop probably August, September. And the guy's name is Michael McNeil, and I think he's from Coleraine. And I'll just read you out what's on the back of the print. By Michael D. McNeil, Peter Shearing at Graham Cubitt's Farm, 2019. This is an original handmade silver print using traditional film and darkroom processes. I don't think he sells these, but he gave this one to me for a gift because I said I liked it, and I absolutely love it. So this is what it looks like. So I'm gonna get it framed and I'll put it up somewhere, probably in my office or maybe in my studio, probably in my office. I think a nice light wood, like a birch frame or something, would look really nice. And so yeah, I think he has a darkroom at his house and he made the print in his studio, which is really cool because you don't hear of many people having darkrooms in their houses these days. Yeah, so that's just a cool thing that I want to show you, because I will have fleeces from these sheep coming in the next few months. And talking about bases, I've got my new labels for the next 2 bases. So the yarn from the sheep, the Dorset, this is the label for it. And this photograph was taken by my granddad way back in probably the 70s. He had a box brownie camera, and he took this photo, and it's a tree that can be seen out of my granny's kitchen window. The tree's gone now, it died, and he has actually died as well. So it's a really special photograph, and it really represents the place where these sheep are from, because it's only a couple of doors down the road. And yeah, so this base will be coming late August, September, I would imagine. But before that, I will be launching this base, which is also Dorset, but this Dorset is from County Donegal, and it's also 20% alpaca, and the alpaca is from County Tyrone, and they have been blended together, and it's wool and spun. And I had meant to knit a swatch for this before today, just to see what it was like, and then I didn't get around to it, so per show from me. But yeah, so this label was designed, all my labels are designed by my friend Anna, who I lived with back in the day. And this one here, she didn't draw this is the photograph. It's the only the only one that's a photograph. This one is a little photograph of a little lighthouse. It's supposed to be kind of like Faned Lighthouse in Donegal. If you've been there or visited the lighthouse, you'll kind of know. I kind of wanted something that was like representative of Donegal, I suppose, and yeah, that nice coastline. And yeah, so this is a really nice squishy base, and I'm really excited to have this come up in the shop. I don't have many skeins of this, only like 150, which is very, very little. Of the one that comes from where I grew up, this one here, I have a good bit more of it. So yeah, and I would like to tell you a little bit more about this and kind of go through the whole story a bit more chronologically about how I got this, but yeah, they're both really nice, exciting, different bases. This one here, the sheep belonged to a friend of a friend, and yeah, like we had a mutual friend and she introduced us, and he was saying that he keeps a few sheep, and the guy who keeps the sheep is really into crafts and stuff. I think he makes like harps and loads of wooden things, and I was just sort of like wanting to see if I could do something with it. So that's how I came about this yarn. And yeah, in the last few days as well, I went to see some sheep being sheared. So that was really cool. And the guy that shears the sheep kind of puts me in contact with different farmers of things he thinks I'd be interested in, different fleeces and different fibres and stuff. So I went to see him shearing some Hebridean sheep, which was really, really interesting. I've seen sheep being shorn once before, but it's something like I find really interesting, and it's quite like mesmerising when you just stand and look at it. And I don't think I fully appreciated just how difficult it is to shear a sheep, because like obviously the sheep's moving, and like when you're shearing it, you have to hold the sheep in a certain way and you have to move around it in a certain way, and all this time you have to like make sure that you're, you know, doing it properly and that the sheep's not moving too much. And like these are like, some of these sheep are so flighty. They're quite, you know, they're wild animals basically. Okay, they're domesticated, but they are quite like, you know, I don't think I fully appreciated just how difficult a job that actually is, and probably how little you get paid for it. But it has to be done, and the sheep look so so good after. They look so, they just they're kind of being shorn in this like trailer, and they jumped off the trailer after they got shorn and they did a little like dance. It was so cute. But yeah, it to me, like, it's so interesting to see that whole part of the process, because it's like integral to the whole like story of the yarn, and like how it comes into being, sort of. So that was really, really interesting, and I'll probably go and see a few more sheep being shorn and get to meet the farmer. And yeah, I really it's something I really enjoy doing. So yeah, and I have at the moment, I sort of forgot to say this, I have been collecting all the fleeces and going through them all, and my cousin's been helping, and I don't know how many kilos of wool I have, maybe like 200 kilos plus, ready to go to the mill. I use a little mill in Wales at the moment, and I hope to visit that particular mill. Well, we had actually planned to go at the start of July, but that won't be happening, so maybe next year or later on this year. Yeah, I like to see the whole process, and I like to keep it like as local as possible, and to me that's so interesting. So yeah, I have quite a bit of footage I'll put in at the end, and you can watch it. My friend also, this is just random live chat now, my friend also acquired 2 deerhounds, and I went to see them, and they're amazing. They look like big Rufuses, so I'll put in some footage of that as well. So yeah, so before I go, I think it would be a little bit remiss of me not to talk about the death of George Floyd and the ripple effect it has had throughout the world. So yeah, it's really important that we keep listening and learning and putting things into action in the world, because these awful things are still happening and they really shouldn't happen. So one book that I have ordered recently was this one by David Olusoga, who is a really interesting historian. He did a series for the BBC called A House Through Time, which I absolutely love because it's to do with architecture and history, and it's really interesting. And I seen that he wrote this book. I thought, this would be a really interesting read, because I'm getting really into my history these days. So this is the back of it. And yeah, like, I think whenever you start learning history and kind of looking critically at things, it can be so helpful to help you understand why the way the world is the way it is now, and it kind of helps you to pick apart maybe just some of your prejudices and some of, you know, your thought processes. But yeah, so this one I am looking forward to starting. So yeah, I hope you're doing okay where you are, and that you're getting a little bit of crafting time in, and that you're not feeling too stressed out or too bored or anything like that. And yeah, I'm gonna try and record another episode, like probably won't be next week because the 2 shop updates in a month thing has been a wee bit much, to be honest. But I wanted to just give it a go this month and see how it would go. But yeah, I won't be doing it every month, so hopefully that will leave me with a bit more time to do podcasts, because I really enjoy doing them, but everything just got a little bit much there. So yeah, I hope to see you in 2 weeks, and yeah, see you.